Hey guys, and welcome back to All Things Iman Boo. I'm Iman. I am a hairstylist, makeup artist, and image consultant. And on today's episode, I was inspired by my nails in my childhood, so I am going to attempt a Disney eye. So stay tuned.
We only count W's like a champion. If I lose, I'ma lose like a champion. Got that bounce in my shoes like a champion. I'ma move how I choose like a champion. Whoa.
Also, don't mind my hair. I want to touch up my color and my roots and everything, but I'm gonna do that later on today. I am going to start off with skincare because skincare is the best care. I'm using my Fenty Fat Water Toner. I'm gonna be using my Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer, and then I have been using this Clarity Nourish Your Skin 100% squalene additive oil that says moisturize and protect. I got it in one of my Ipsy boxes and I really like this because I like my skin to be very hydrated. Clearly, I'm gonna do my skincare and I will be back. Okay, now that we are all moisturized, next I'm gonna be going in with my Feel God brow pencil by Sculpa just to lightly fill in my brows. I'm gonna try to go in a little bit extra dramatic here just because I want this eye to pop. So we'll be back. This is gonna be a quick run through video. I'm just gonna show you guys the process. Just filled in my brows. I know they look extra thick, but this is the way I wanted them to be. I'm gonna be going in with Soft Ochre in my MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. So we'll be back. Okay, I filled in, I concealed. I am now blending because like we always say, blending is key. And I'm just blending out my concealer. And I'm gonna keep doing this until I'm done and back. And I'm also gonna do my foundation. I'm gonna finish blending my concealer. I'm gonna do my foundation, my under eye concealer, my whole base, and I will be back. Wanted to let y'all know real quick, for foundation, I ended up getting the way lighter shade of the Morphe, so hopefully this works and it's not as dark as last time. Check out my previous video if you want to see how dark it oxidizes. It's crazy. I had to go like 8 shades lighter. But I really like a light foundation. I don't like full coverage, so I mixed a pump with moisturizer, and I'm just using the Simple Burn moisturizer just to give it something to kind of go on smooth. I need to get one of those palettes, but I always make sure I have clean hands, but I always mix on the back of my hand using the back of my brush because I feel like if I use the front, I'm gonna end up wasting a whole lot of product. So we'll be back with this. Okay, now that we have done our base, our contour, I baked under my eyes and just on the sides. I have OCD, so I feel like this one's going smooth and then this one's going a little bit curved, but it's fine. So now I'm gonna be going in my eyes. I wanted to leave this on just because I'm gonna be doing just a little bit of not a smoky eye, but a little black cat around my eye, cat liner, black cat look. So I just don't want any downfall under my eye because I'm not going to be using eye patches. I would normally use my Tarte liquid liner. I love this one because I really like the liquid liner, the way it goes on this side. And it has a liner on the other side, but my liner broke and I don't have a backup liner. So we're gonna be using black eyeshadow with a small, very thin, flat eyeshadow brush. And I think just to give it a little bit of that smoothness and not so much powder, I'm gonna spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray before I dip it into my eyeshadow, just so when I go to blend it, it goes on a little bit more creamier. Never done it before, but why not try? Okay, I changed my mind a little bit on that. So I'm gonna be using, hold on. So I'm gonna be using my Morphe E11 brush. It looks like this little flat thing. And it's also a hard angle. And I am going to be going in, the cover broke off, but the Balm Day to Night palette, this clearly broke off. But this comes with a black primer, and when you go to put, it's actually very creamy, and it's a primer, so that I know we've never really seen a black primer, but what this black primer does is, light primers tend to prime to make colors more noticeable. This one makes them pop, but it's more for nighttime, so it makes the colors more dramatic. Like right here, I tested out this color on my hand. I don't know if you can see it that well. It's a little glittery in person, which I really like. Not glittery, but like holographic. I'm trying to get y'all to see. You can see a little bit. But I used the black primer in this very light one, and this very light one on its own is usually like this. So on top of the primer, it gave it like a little bit of that blue purple kind of holographic shine. But I'm just gonna spray my brush. I'm just gonna spray my brush with my Glow Recipe Watermelon Ultra Fine Glow Mist, because this is a hydrating mist versus my setting spray. I don't want it to set anything just yet, and I feel like anything hydrated will make certain things creamier. So we're just gonna go in with this. I have never used this primer. I haven't really used, for a broken palette, I barely use this palette, which is crazy because you can tell when I use my palettes. But so far this is coming out very creamy. Like already I messed up the edges, but it's fine. I constantly clean my palettes. And I'm just gonna line my lashes. I'm gonna try to do this. I always tell my clients, don't blink, try not to blink, and I'm over here like but I'm gonna try to just line my eye a little bit. I want to smoke it out, and I am going to use this as a primer because I'm going to go in with I think I'm going to go in with black eyeshadow after, just to give it that extra pop, because I want it really dark. But we're still gonna use liquid liner as well, so it's fine. And we are just lining. I always try to come in as close as I can to this front waterline. No one said makeup was easy. I always find that my lashes get in the way, but I'm just like, it's not like you can just take them off and put them right back on. Alright, so far I'm just lining it like that. I'm gonna do the same to the other eye. So you notice how already it opened up my eye. And I'm not gonna wing it out just yet. I'm gonna wait, but I'm gonna do the same to the other eye. I'm gonna go in underneath my eye as well. And then I'm just gonna brush off my excess powder and I will be back. Okay, now that we did that, but I'm not gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Amrezy palette, my favorite. And you can clearly tell which two are my favorite, well, which three are my favorite, but I'm just gonna be going in with black. And I'm gonna be using the Morphe M515 brush, tiny little thing like this. And I'm just gonna be using it to kind of go over where I went in with the black and buff it out a little bit. So I'll be back. Okay, so now that we've done that, this is where I always say trust the process. I know I winged it out just a little bit. It looks in person a little too dramatic, but we're just gonna clean up with concealer on top and around, give it a nice clean line, buff it out a little bit, and we'll be back again. So now I am gonna be starting my Disney eye. I have a picture of what I'm using for inspiration, and I will post it down below as well. not gonna do the full eye. I'm just gonna lightly use a color just to kind of draw out what I'm doing, so that way I can go ahead and actually fill in with you guys and go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna be using my Norvina collection palette from ABH, and I'm gonna be using color D4. It's this little blue one right there. My issue right now is there's so many beautiful blues that I don't know which one I want to use. Because I also really love Leo inside this palette, and I've never used it before. But then I also love all the colors in the Huda Beauty blue palette. But I think the best bet to go with now is D4 in the Norvina palette. Okay, so I am aware this looks crazy. It looks nothing like Disney, but I'm attempting it. It's, you know, a look we're trying for the first time together. I am now gonna be going in, it doesn't have a name, but I'm just gonna be going in with this blue from Sapphire Obsessions, and we're just gonna try to buff it out together. So we'll see how this goes. Pray for me. I'm gonna try to build it up because, you know, I want to build the bottom up more before I add anything on the top. I also want to use some of the light colors to add dimensions and use a little bit of this light blue more up here because I like dimension. And we're gonna use a white, so it's very tricky to kind of, it's actually looking better now. It's very tricky to you know, do your eye when it's scrunched. So I like to hold my mirror down below and kind of stretch out my eyebrows so this is as smooth as possible for me to look up and try to go work around the creases and everything. And when I lined it out, I tried to corner off the inside as much as I can to give it that shape as well for me to follow. I actually really like this blue, and the difference between the blue I used to buff out hair and the first original one was the original one was a little bit darker than this one. You see, I feel like this one added a little bit more of a nice tone to it. And then I'm gonna switch back to the other one because I want this to be a little more pigmented. I don't know if I want to continue with this or not, like this same blue up here, but I'm going to. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I think I want to buff this out more here. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I like this. So now I like a little glitter. So I think we're gonna use this same brush that we went in. Sometimes I use the edge of my palette to dust it off because I don't like to use my hands to dust things off. I'm gonna be going in with this little sparkly one up here just to add a little shine. And then I think I'm gonna be dusting off this one and be going in with this top one to go over this. I really wish these had names. They probably do. I just don't. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. Like, you can't really see right now, but you see, like, okay. I really like this. I thought this was, I woke up and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great idea to do today. And then I started it and I was like, maybe it's not gonna come out the way I wanted. Maybe it's not gonna work. What was I doing? Okay, now I'm going in with this bottom one. I just kind of like switched it up. Oh, girl. What? Wow. This palette is underrated. And underrated, I mean, I don't use it enough. This is probably like my second time using this palette and I've had it for a couple months. But like, look at that shine. Hold on. Wow. Like, imagine. Okay. So, I'm just gonna continue this because this is amazing. I'm mixing all colors for this corner. Like literally, I just tapped into all three because I want this corner to be blended in. So I kind of went in from like, you know, that dark to light. To be honest, I'm just playing around. I seen the picture and I don't know what color she used or what her process was. It was a Pinterest picture. I just knew I had to recreate. Okay, so this is looking really good compared to what it could have been. Wow. I think I want to buff this side out a little bit more. And then I have a little bit of downfall, so I'm just gonna clean it up with some concealer and I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm gonna be going in with NYX. I never know whether to call it NYX or NYX. I always call it NYX. White liquid liner, and I'm gonna be just using a normal little paintbrush. It's the tiniest little hard angle. Don't mind all this. I use my hand, but I'm just gonna be using this to outline and I will be back. I'm gonna film this part for you guys. So I just started lining. I'm gonna start here. It's so hard not to draw like messed up, but I'm trying. And when I'm starting up here, it's kind of to just give it that extra shape of the corner in. I've never really used white liner, but I heard good reviews on this and I needed white liner for a client's project for a look that she wanted to go for her birthday shoot. I'll probably post a picture of it so you guys can see. It came out really dope. I used white liner on it. The inspo was also from Pinterest. Oh, that looks good. And it's perfect timing. I think it's still early. What time is it? Ooh, it is 10:10. I woke up at like, I'm usually an early bird. I wake up early. This morning I woke up at 6:30. No alarm. I just randomly wake up at that time. Sometimes 4 or 5. But I woke up at 6:30 this morning and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And I sat looking for inspo and then I got up to, you know, shower, brush my teeth, make tea, and then come do this. I like it. This is definitely one of those looks where you gotta trust the process. And I think a lot of looks are like that, where you gotta trust the process. And people are quick to give up in the beginning, where they're like, oh my god, this looks horrible, I'm not good at it. But it's just like, makeup is fun, it's art. When you make mistakes, sometimes you create a new look. Ooh, and sometimes You just gotta wait till the end, because in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical. If this came out horrible, I would have been like, I'm not uploading this. It's coming out really good. I like that the white is mixing in a little bit to give it a little bit of that like highlight. I'm still gonna go in with more white just to make it pop, because we're still gonna be blending some more blue after, and I don't want that outline to be lost. Just need a little more. Just a little more. And welcome to Disney Channel. Alright, we're gonna buff out some more blue. So now I'm just going in with Leo from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm outlining a little bit just to give it some more depth. Yeah, I'm just lightly spreading it over so it looks a little bit more glowy. Okay. I'm gonna add a couple little stars. I don't know how good my stars are gonna be, but we're just gonna try, and that's all that matters. So I tried to do a little star here and it didn't work, so I cleaned it up with the Q-tip and I went right back in. Again, don't mind it, my hands get crazy. Clearly, I use them as a palette. But I'm just going in and creating little random dots, because that's what I see she has in the picture. And then I don't think I'm gonna attempt the stars, just because I really don't want to mess up this look. Alright, next I am going to be just adding some gems, and then I'm gonna put on lashes. We're gonna finish off this look. So I'm just placing the gem in the palm of my hand, and I'm adding some glue to it, letting it get tacky for a second, and then I'm like lightly placing it, and when I place it I know it's completely off, but then I just move it to where I want it. You're still gonna see a little glue around it, like you see that shine. But I'm just gonna continue. I'm probably gonna do like 2 more. I don't know if I want to do the whole eyebrow or half, but I'm just gonna go at it and be back. Okay, so I just finished this eye. I like it. I really wanted to put a couple little diamonds around this one, but I don't know where my diamonds are. I'm gonna try to find them. If I can't, it is what it is, but I'll be back. Alright, so I really like the way this came out. Up close it's not as perfect, but you know. So I threw on lashes. I finished this eye with a little something. I'm gonna change my outfit, fix my hair, and I will show you guys the finished look. Alright, and this is the final look. I really like this. I'm like, ready? Okay, wait. This is the vibe right here. Ready? No, how does it go? Hi, I'm Eman, and you're watching Disney Channel. Hey, it's Eman, and you're watching Disney Channel. I love this. I'm about to call my nephew with this look and see if he reacts. Well, thank you for joining me. Also, I got this shirt at a thrift store in Florida like 3 years ago, and this is the first time I'm wearing it. I always wanted to wear it, but obviously it's like Little Mermaid, where can I wear this? But it goes perfect with today's thing, even though my thing is blue. My look is blue. And my earrings say spoiled on them. They are from Fashion Nova. Thank you. Again, I am Eman. I am a hairstylist, makeup artist, image consultant, a do-it-all. And thank you for joining me on today's look. Bye.